Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode.
Howdy, y'all.
Lovely seeing some familiar faces.
Okay, we be peeping.
And so, guys, last week was solar eclipse, which we talked about, and then in our video, which I can link up. But we mentioned that you may be experiencing some certain symptoms, aka tiredness and fatigue.
Yes, absolutely. But before we get into that, right, guys? If you have not done already, if you're new people viewing in, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. All right, we drop videos like this every week, so you don't want to miss out on the tea. All right.
Okay, and so tired and fatigueness is very much huge in our culture and just in reality in general, right?
Yes.
And
particularly because, since we just had the solar eclipse, I don't know if it was just me, y'all. I mean, I know it wasn't just me.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, and even you, was feeling a lot of fatigue the next morning.
Yeah.
And it kind of lasted throughout the day. So it was just a high time for energy consumption-wise. And, there's different types of ways to help rejuvenate ourselves.
Okay, because it got us thinking and, dove in deeper into Dr. Saundra Dalton-Smith's book, Sacred Rest, where she mentioned 7 types of rest that you may be needing. Because a lot of us, I think, are very much used to the physical rest.
Yes.
And then even though we get that 8 hours of sleep, we're
still tired.
What's up with that, right?
You're still drained.
Okay.
Because you only hit one of them outlets, all right? There's many different ways, especially with this new age where there's so many different ways to consume your energy. If it isn't social media, if it isn't emotions, if it isn't, psychologically, it's something that's always out there draining you. So just getting like physical sleep or, doesn't do it all.
Okay, so even though that's the main one that you guys are probably familiar with, we're still gonna go through the list of the 7 that she mentions in her book. Yep. So the first one, as I said, is physical rest, and that's when you sleep for 8 hours. You know what I mean? Make sure you get your beauty sleep, right? That includes, men as well, men and women. We all need our beauty sleep.
Yes, you do.
We all need to, so other ways to get that physical rest is being active in your body. So either you're doing yoga, you're going to the gym, that also gives you that physical rest capability where your body, the most dense part of this reality is getting that rest and rejuvenation that it needs.
Absolutely. But as we mentioned before, it's not just sleep, or physical rest that you need. The next one we're going to mention here is sensory rest. And that one is going to be tough for a lot of us.
Okay.
Because it includes unplugging from electronics at the end of the day. Okay. We get it. There's business that you handle on your phone and things like that. It's just the main way of communication nowadays, especially when the person is far away, right?
Yeah.
But it is important, y'all, to unplug. Okay.
Trash.
Okay, but go get it from the trash. Unplug from your electronics because believe it or not, there are these, waves that comes from your phones that are draining.
Okay,
all right?
Talk about it.
Not to mention the attention that you give to the things on your phone. You don't think that it's you may not feel like it is draining you, but it is, okay? It's consuming your mind. It is just...
Yeah. And it's like, when you think about like certain random fun facts throughout, right? It's like, as a person, you can spend an average about like 7 hours a day on your phone, just like scrolling mindlessly.
Easy.
And it's like, that's crazy.
And then it's like, you'll snap back into your consciousness to be like, oh my gosh, what have I done in the past 20 hours? Just on your phone, scrolling, liking, and,
oh my gosh.
Take a break.
Okay.
You'll realize how much better you feel once you give yourself that peace every single day, You'll be fine. Like, nothing's gonna happen.
It's
not gonna end.
Okay. And even like you were saying, like when you were sleeping too, put that phone on airplane mode.
Absolutely.
Get rid of those EMF waves because it is not helping you while your brain is being
It's trying to rest, right? Because it keeps it, disturbed and distracted. And we often wonder why we can't sleep, with the TV, with the blue light coming from the TV on, and then you have your phones, and it's not good for y'all. Like, even if you do get to sleep through that, you still wake up tired.
Okay, which leads us to our third type of rest, which is mental rest. Now, what's recommended is that you take a break every two hours throughout the working day. And I feel like a lot of people, or they can probably relate to that too, being mentally drained. When you think like, oh my gosh, I'm mentally drained. Well, that's what that looks like when your mind is running in circles all day, overthinking, thinking of the worst case scenarios, thinking of all the problems, what ifs, what should, could, would. Stop. Enough. All of that is the mental drainage process that you're letting it run amok. And you want to get a hold of that. Because once a negative thought starts, it goes into this big, huge loop and cycle that is kind of like, then now your whole day is ruined.
Oh yeah, I mean, guys, and it really makes a big difference for me too when I take my little breaks from work. Because the way I be zoned in, and then I step back for a little bit, I'm like, whew, I feel like I can breathe.
Right.
And then you can go back, and give your work your all. Because if you just go straight through thinking, oh, I'm going to get it done, I'm a businessman, or I'm a businesswoman, it's going to get done. It'll get done, but you'll do a crappy job.
Right. And
I promise you that. No matter how well you think you already know it, you won't be able to give it your best.
Yeah.
And you need your mentals. All right, I'm gonna call it mentals. You need your mentals to be able to do work effectively and just done the right way.
Love that. Yeah.
Oh, my turn. Okay. That's why he looked at me like. All right. So the next one we need here, guys, is emotional rest. Okay. Now with this, basically it's cutting back on people pleasing and to just be authentic. I know that a lot of people, they just can't help, but indulge in the feeling of being liked or, desired or to be around or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Like, even if you think you're the one getting all the attention, you're the one being drained. All right, let's just keep it funky. Like, you need to stop pleasing people, or doing things because you feel like, this person might feel that way, or like it drains you. Like, it really is draining. Constantly having to think about what someone else feels. Like, okay, and like your feelings matter too. So they'll have to figure out how to deal with their own emotions, and then to give you a break to be able to deal with your own. In some moments, it just calls for you to just be authentic with how you really feel.
Yeah,
a lot of people, right? A lot of people rather just like kind of keep how they really feel inside. And they're just like, oh, I'll just keep it to myself. Nah, speak it up. Because that is betraying yourself in a sense, because you're not being your true self in that moment.
Yeah.
And any moment you let that go, where you don't get to express thyself,
okay,
it backfires into you in some way. So give yourself an emotional rest. Like, if you need to not talk to people for the day, whatever, like, I can't talk. I'm not today.
I gotta go. And I love that because, like you're saying, we're not responsible for other people's emotions.
Yes.
That is their responsibility. So don't take that on for yourself, okay? Which leads us to spiritual rest. Now, that is probably new to some of y'all, maybe. For those of you who are in the spiritual community already, it's probably something that you are very much familiar with and needing to realize that, wow, it's a rest I have to give myself. Because that is also very much new to me, realizing that too, like, yes, we're on this path, on this journey to change yourself and to become the highest version. But that also is draining.
Ooh.
Always, wanting better, doing better. You know what I mean? All of that it's like a good drain, but it's therefore still draining because you want to balance is key in this universe. So you don't want to, and when you're diving in too much into the spiritual world, you have to come back from that and realize, okay, I do need to give myself some type of rest. And a good way to do that is by meditating, is by praying, connecting to that realm to know that, okay, yes, we have a physical body, but we also have a spiritual body, and all of that needs to be in tune, aligned, and working together.
And, for those of us who are especially connected to our spirit guides, we have to recognize that some, they don't have physical bodies. So energy and rest type of, like, it's different in that world, okay? So they can go on and on and on and on and on, but the physical body needs rest. So if you need to tell your guys, like, I need a break, chill out.
Okay.
I know what I need to do. Not today, okay? they'll be understanding, you know, like they're very loving, kind, and generous. So remember to give yourself that spiritual break as well, especially dealing with other worlds, like it drains you. Just putting that out there.
Right.
The next one is social rest. Okay. Spend time with people that makes you feel good. Because obviously, spending time with people in general, there's always going to be some sort of bouncing of energies between the two people.
That's true.
So if the person isn't balanced themselves, you feel that disturbance in you. You know what I mean? Oftentimes we can't pinpoint what that is, but that's exactly what that is. You know, you just kind of feel weird. You don't really have a word for it, but you don't want to be around that person. Sometimes it might feel like it's a negative person, but sometimes it just isn't a negative person. They just require so much energy.
Yes.
And you need to give yourself a break.
Yes, and a lot of you guys probably describe that as like, oh, my social battery is drained, you know, and that's what that looks like, because like you said, it's great to be out there networking, having fun, getting to meet new people, no matter whether or not, even if it's still positive energy,
Absolutely.
You do need to come back and take time for yourself.
Yeah, because y'all, people can walk around in energy storms around you, you know, and they don't know, they think, I'm just outgoing, I'm just an extrovert. Girl, take a seat.
Okay.
Or, sir, please go back there in the back. All right.
Right.
Just take a break from these people.
Love that. Yeah. Which leads us to our last one, which is creative rest. And that's for everybody, but specifically for our creative people out there. But even I would say for the non-creative, because I feel like you guys probably need this type of rest too, to enlighten yourself and expand your consciousness into the creative world, because we all are creative in our own way.
Absolutely.
And so creative rest, what that looks like is listening to some music, you know, rock out, put some headphones on, and just go ham. Blast it, have fun.
Yes.
You know, that looks like painting. And I'm not even a painter, but you could call me Picasso if I'm in there trying to paint.
Okay, because come on, it's not a tool that only a certain type of people who are good at it can use. It is for everybody to use. Everyone has a way of expressing themselves, like she was saying.
Yeah.
And if it's not painting, some people cook, you know, some people, there's just so many different types of creative outlets, journal or write, you know, poetry and things like that.
Yeah.
Even if you're just, talking crap, but like in your notes, you know what I mean?
Some music about
it. Like, it doesn't matter. And some people even like just scribble. They're not even doing nothing on the paper, but like you'll find that just scribbling helps you focus or help you relax in a way, let go, because there's no goal at the moment to do something or finish something or complete something. It's just letting it rock.
Okay, I like that. Being in the present and just kind of like you're saying, just doodling it away, letting the worries go along with those doodles.
Absolutely.
You'll come back feeling rejuvenated. Okay, so what do you guys think? What about those 7 types of rest? You know what I mean? And like for you, like what's the most easiest rest that you kind of like fall into, and like what's one of the hardest one that you were still struggling to give yourself at times?
Okay, I mean, so the main 2 for me is like social rest and mental rest, because especially in my, you know, work avenues, most of it has to do with being social, you know, talking to people and, you know, hearing out their problems or finding ways that I can help them. That's the mainstream of my work. So oftentimes I'm finding myself just kind of like falling back into my little hermit hole. Like, I need to chill out. And I mean, you're lucky if I'll even let my phone ring. I'll decline the call ASAP. Like, quick with the block. And when I see my phone ringing, I'm like, nope. And like, just not today. And it's nothing against you, whoever's calling. Okay. So I don't want y'all thinking I'm a big meanie. But it's just so necessary to just kind of take a break so that I can come back and be my best self. And another thing is, you know, mental rest. I'm often in my mind, and especially in my creative works where, you know, my ideas are running through my mind, and then, you know, putting them on paper. Like that's another way that drains me, which goes into even the creative rest in a sense. But
they're kind of like tying it into woven.
Yeah, a lot of them are tied together, even though they still have their distinctive differences. But yeah, those would be like kind of like the main two for me. What about you?
Yeah, well, similar to you, I am in a field where social, because I have to be social in a customer service aspect sort of field. I am out there constantly speaking to new people, meeting them, and it's great, it gets you out there. But it very much can be draining, especially when you're not more so in that space, and then you have to go out and you present yourself. Because I'm always the type of person, I have to always present myself in the best foot, and in that best light. Yeah. So it's just like,
because no one else deserves your bad attitude. It really has nothing to do with other people.
Exactly.
So
right?
I get that.
And it's just like, I always think like that's like the easiest thing you could give somebody as a gift, a great energy, great vibe, great smile. So that is like, one of the things. Now, with that being said though, it very much leaves the social battery kind of like drained to a point where like afterwards, I'm more so
grouch.
Not
come
even
home like, don't talk to me.
This one with her jokes, right? But, so because of that, it leads me to where I'm seeking more emotional rest, and that does mean kind of like, and almost sensory too, because I will easily unplug. Like my phone just stays on airplane mode.
Sometimes I'm calling her, even though I'm like next door, I'll be calling her straight to voicemail, like, I gotta walk over there now.
So it's like one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, I give myself that sensory rest, or I just give myself, that type of, I'm like, okay, I need to just give me time for me, alone for everybody, and then kind of like you were saying, go into that little hermit mode. But I come out, you come out of it, and you come out again shining bright, like, hey,
I'm done resting, y'all. What's the party?
Right? And then it's just like, so I think that's like the cycle of life in a sense of what we kind of like, what everybody kind of like go through. I think the most important part about it is finding that balance and knowing when you need certain type of rest, because that just takes certain skills, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Is there anyone on that list that you find yourself that you never actually do?
I think
because I just thought of that. I was like, you know what? Since there are 7, you know what I mean, and not all of us consider all of the different type of rests that there could be.
Like I guess the least, not like that we never do it, but like the least that I guess we wouldn't. No, because I do probably. No, I would probably say honestly, emotional. It's kind of like tough because I feel like I mix and match most of it. Lately though, I feel like lately it has been physical rest. Though it may have not been, back then, but now because of just like things are getting picked up. And it's great news.
Fast mode. Right.
But at the same time though, because of that, like demands, I have to do work or, projects and stuff like that. So I am sacrificing a little bit more physical rest than I normally did in the past.
Very true. Yeah, I guess for me it would be sensory,
Unplugging.
Yes, my goodness.
This one stays on her phone.
Okay. Like, I don't mean to, but it's just like, there's always that feeling where I was like, dang, I don't want to leave my friend on red, or like I don't want to make it seem like I don't care, or like, so it's like I respond even though they like may not even care, and may not even respond until like tomorrow, and I'm checking my phone to make sure I didn't miss it. I'm caring like that, whatever, blah blah blah. But I don't really get a chance to really unplug. And then even when it's time for like bed, like I usually like to have that separate time where I'm like, okay, this is just the me time, and then I'll read, and then I'll put my phone on airplane mode. But lately it's just kind of been like, as soon as I get to bed, I don't even get to unplug. I just pass out and wake up the next day confused, like,
what happened?
What happened? Where did I go? Like. But
oh my gosh. Well, that's the real tea, and we want to challenge you guys, like, what type of rest that you're finding yourself that you need, that you've been ignoring, you know what I mean, that you've been sacrificing, I should say, and challenging yourself to give yourself more of that rest that you've been putting on the back burner, because that's probably what's going to help you feel rejuvenated. Because like we said, physical rest sometimes is not the cure-all, especially if you've been getting your 8 hours of sleep.
Absolutely. And guys, like, if we want to know, like, did you know about all of these different type of rests that they were out there? Because even for me, like, even though I was familiar with most of them, I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Exactly, right? It's a real thing with the real symptoms and remedies for it.
That's a thing. And it's like so many people are going through life without realizing that. I mean, we encourage you, as always, you know, to share your comments below, even though you never do. Share your comments, like, but even if you, like, think, you know, mentally, like, okay, because you're too, like, shy to leave your one comment under our post.
We see you. We love you. So we love.
We know that you guys are turning, you know what I mean? Your heads are turning. And just think about it, you know, and try to give yourself, like, take that time to really set aside those different type of rests that you can have. And, you know, your friends who are your true friends will understand.
That part. Okay. And that's it, y'all. We definitely appreciate your continued support to our viewers out there. Thank you for watching our episode. And you know what we like to say, this is almost leading it back to, what did we say? I don't know what to say.
I mean, everything that we do, guys, everything that we do, it is literally to help you journey your way back to your soul.
There it is.
And that's what we do for you.
That is
it. We love ya.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe you need one of those mental rests.
Sounds like it, right?